Welcome students. Today we will take chapter 3, pair of linear equations in two variables, part 4, exercise 3.2. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meters more than its width is 36 meters. Find the dimensions of the garden. Now here you can see the garden, and you can even see that the length of the garden is greater than its width. That's why if I denote the length of the garden by y, and if I represent the width of the garden by x, because we don't know the length and the width, this is what we are going to find for the garden. What means dimensions? Dimensions means in this case length and width. Why? Because it is two-dimensional figure. If it is three-dimensional figure, we need also height, x, y and z. But here only two variables are there, x and y. And the condition is that y is greater than x. Why is it so? Because the length is greater than the width. So let us put it in the statement form. Let the length of the garden be y and the width be x. Now let us apply the condition. As I already told you that the length is greater than the width, and since the length is represented by y, so y will come first, and we have to find the difference of the length and the width. The length minus width is 4. It is the difference. How did we get this condition? It is already in the question. Length is 4 meters more than its width. Means the difference of length and width is 4 meters, which is in the first equation. Now to form the second equation, we have to apply second condition, which is also in the question. Half the perimeter of the rectangular garden. So first let us understand the formula for perimeter. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2x plus y. Then half the perimeter is x plus y. Because when we divide 2x plus y by 2, 2 and 2 gets cancelled and we remain with x plus y. This x plus y is equal to 36. This condition is already there in the question. Half the perimeter is 36. Now we are ready with the two equations, and now we'll do the graphical representation of these two equations. For that we have to form a table. As you can see that the first condition y minus x is equal to 4, and we are going to form the table using this condition. In the first row you can see x, and in the second row you are seeing y is equal to x plus 4. For our convenience, you write this value of y is equal to x plus 4 over here itself. Don't write only y. If you are writing only y, then you have to every time refer over here, which will waste your time. So write y is equal to x plus 4 over here in this column. Now, just you have to take any one value of x and find the corresponding value of y. Usually we take 0 because it is very convenient value of x to start with. Usually we apply the trick that once we take 0 in x and once we take 0 in y. So you are already there with two values of coordinates ready. Then you have to only think of the third coordinate. But here it is very easy, so I have started with 0 and then 4 and then 8. When we start with the value of x is equal to 0, the corresponding value of y will be 0 plus 4 is 4. When I substitute 4 over here, I will get 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. And finally, on substituting 8 in the place of x, I get y is equal to 8 plus 4 equal to 12. The same process is repeated in the second table. You are here with the second condition, which was about Do you recall the condition? It was about what? It was about half the perimeter, and half the perimeter was 36. So here is the equation. Again, I will suggest you that write the value of y is equal to 36 minus x over here. Some of you are in the habit of writing only y and then you every time have to refer over here, which will be a loss of time. Now one by one substitute the values of x. Here I have taken 12, 16 and 20. You can take any of the values of x. You will get the corresponding values of y. It is not necessary that you take these three values, because some students ask me the question that is it compulsory that we take these values? No, you can take any of the values. But be careful that the difference is little bit small. Now suppose if I take here 4, then 36 minus 4 will be 32. Now suppose here there is 4 and here there is 32, then the difference is vast. And the graph you will find little bit difficult to plot the coordinates in the graph. So it's better you take such values. If you are taking 12, then you have to be careful that you take the other value as 16 and as 20. And why did I take this 12? Because I want less difference between 36 and x. So it's better to take 12, 14, 18 such values. The difference will be less. So let's move. I took 12. When 36 minus 12, I got 24. Then I substituted the value of x as 16 over here, and I got 36 minus 16 is equal to 20. And similarly, I substituted 20 in the place of x, and I got 36 minus 20 is equal to 16. Now notice here I have taken such values of x which give me less difference in the value of y. This you will learn with practice. First you try with taking 4 and such values, and you see the graph, while plotting the graph you will find it difficult. So next time you will understand that how to take the values of x. Now the graphical representation of both the equations will be shown to you in the next slide. On the x-axis over here we have taken 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. On the y-axis also we have taken 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. You can even take 1 unit is equal to 4 centimeter, whichever is convenient for you. In both the cases you will get a good representation of graph. Now it depends on your decision power whether you want to take 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter or 4 centimeter. This you will learn with practice. Now, the first pair of coordinates is represented on the graph by point A. The first pair is 0, 4. The second pair of coordinates 4, 8 is represented by point B, and the third pair of coordinates 8, 12 is represented by point C. Now join point A, B and C by a line. Here you are seeing the red line is being represented by joining point A, B and C. Now move to the second table, which represents the equation x plus y is equal to 36. Here the first pair of coordinate 12, 24 is represented by D. The second pair of coordinates 16, 20 is represented by point E, and the final one 20, 16 is represented by F. Join D, E and F by a line. Here the green line is representing the equation y plus x is equal to 36. Now as you can see, both the lines are intersecting at one point. This point of intersection is the solution of the question. What is the question? Here we can see that the point E represents the unique solution, that is, it represents the dimensions length and width. Now do you recall that what was the variable for length? Yes, the length was y and the width was x. So 16 represents the width of the garden, which is x, and the length, which was greater than the width. The length was greater than the width. So y is represented by the The y represents the length of the garden, which is 20 meters. The y coordinate is representing the length of the garden and the x coordinate is representing the width of the garden. Hence, the length of the garden is 20 meters and the width is 16 meters. Draw the graphs of the equation x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis and shade the triangular region. It means a triangular region will be formed by two intersecting lines and one x-axis. And you have to shade that triangular region. Now let us take the first equation over here and make a table. It is always convenient to move y to the RHS rather than moving x and 1 to RHS. So when you move y to the RHS, x plus 1 will remain in LHS. X plus 1 is equal to y. Now substitute this value in this column. Always be in the habit of writing the full value in LHS and RHS form in this column itself. Don't refer to the question now and then. Otherwise, it will consume your time. Some of you are in the habit of writing only y over here and then every now and then you are moving to the question to find the answer, which will consume a lot of your time. So this is the best way to representing the value of y in the form of LHS and RHS. I have taken three random values of x and I got the respective values of y. Here it is an easy one because the values of x are 0, 1, 2, means they are in ascending order. Similarly, we get the values of y as 1, 2 and 3, which are also successive values of y. The trick in mathematics is always that we have to save time in the board exam. So for your convenience, you have to always take one value 0 either in x, in the table in x-axis or on the y-axis. As you can see here, I have taken 1 0 on in x coordinate and as y coordinate I have taken another 0. So it will save your time and you will get two pairs of coordinates immediately without consuming lot of time. So let us move over here. The first pair is 0 1, second one 1 2 and the third one is 2 3. The same steps will be performed in this table also. You have to move 2y to the right side, you will get minus 2y and then divide by minus 2. So you will get the value of y. Y is equal to 3x minus 12, which is already over here. And then we moved minus 2 by transposing minus 2 to LHS from here. So we got 3x minus 12 upon minus 2. This is the value of y. You write both the LHS and RHS in this column itself. I have taken three random values of x. For that you are seeing that I have taken one value as 0 in x and one value as 0 in y to save the time. So on taking three random values of x, I got the respective values of y. Now suppose if I take 4 over here, replace x with 4. 4 3s are 12, 12 minus 12 is 0. Replace x with 2, 3 2s are 6 minus 12 is minus this minus 6 by minus 2, minus 6 by minus 2 is 3. And replace 0 in the place of 3, you get 3 into 0 is 0, minus 12 upon minus 2 is 6. On the x-axis, you can see that we have taken 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. And on the y-axis also 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. Now, we'll pick up the pair of coordinates from the first table and plot it on the graphical plane. Here you are seeing the first pair is 0, 1, which is represented by point H. The second pair 1, 2 is represented by point I and the third pair 2, 3 is represented by point J. Join the points H, I and J. Here I have joined it by a green line. The green line is representing the line which is joining the points H, I and J. Or it is also representing the equation y is equal to x plus 1. Now take the second table. Here the first pair of coordinates 4, 0 is represented by point K. The second pair 2, 3 is represented by point J. And the third pair 0, 6 is represented by point L. Join this point K, J and L by a line. Here the blue line is representing the equation y is equal to 3x minus 12 upon minus 2. Or you can even say 3x minus 12 plus 2y is equal to 0 is represented by this blue line. The second table is represented by the blue line. Now as you can easily see that these two lines are intersecting at point 2, 3. And you can even find out the triangular region, which is the main part which we are supposed to plot in this graph. I have encircled the 3 points at which this triangular region is formed. First point is J. The second point on x-axis is over here, minus 1, 0. And the third point, which is on which this line, blue line is cutting the x-axis at 4, 0. The green line is cutting the x-axis at minus 1, 0. And both these lines are intersecting each other at 2, 3. So these are the three vertices of the triangle. Because it was already told in the question that you will get a triangular region by these two lines and the x-axis. So here it is. Here are the three vertices which I have encircled. And you have to shade this triangular region. Mind well, the important part is that this green line is intersecting the x-axis at minus 1, 0. So this is one of the vertex of the triangular region. And the second vertex 4, 0, how is it formed? It is formed when the blue line is intersecting the x-axis. And the third vertex is formed when the two lines are intersecting each other. The coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by the lines and the x-axis are minus 1, 0, 4, 0 and 2, 3. Now here I have found out the area of the triangle. It is not asked in the question, but sometimes in board exam they do ask to find the area of the triangle. If such question is asked, then how to solve it? Here it is. First you write the formula of the area of triangle is half into base into height. Here you have to find the distance from minus 1 to 4, which will be the base of the triangle. So 4 minus minus 1 is equal to 4 plus 1 is 5. Usually if you see that if there are two numbers 3 and 4 and if you want to find the distance between them, how will you find? You will write 4 minus 3 and that is 1 unit. The same process I have applied over here. 4 minus minus 1. Minus 1 is the number. I mean it is an integer. So 4 minus minus 1 is 4 plus 1, 5. If you can't understand that way, then go to the simpler method just to visualize and start counting the units. From here you get 1 unit, from 0 to 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, then 3, 4 and 5 units. Once again minus 1 to 0, 1 unit, 0 to 1 second unit, 1 to 2 third unit, 2 to 3 fourth unit and 3 to 4 fifth unit. So altogether from here to here the distance is 5 units. Now what about the height? The height is already in this coordinates, in this pair of coordinates. The y coordinate is the height. You can see here y is 3 units. So this is the height of the triangle. So on applying these values, for base you get 5 and for height you get 3 and on calculating you get 15 upon 2 that is equal to 7.5 square units. Thank you and all the best.